Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Pixel Plays Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Okay, so we are on to
Part 1. White Clouds. Garland Moon.
Mutiny.
Mutiny
in the Mist. Dun dun dun.
When the warm winds blow from the sea to the south of Dorothea, residents of Fodlan know that the rainy season is upon them. Before the heavy rains take their toll, young women hurry to pick the last of the white roses. The ivory buds are woven into garlands and given as gifts to close friends or potential lovers.
I do like that they've actually built a culture here, so we're actually getting to see, I mean, it's little snippets in an art piece, but we're still getting to see a little bit of what the people are like, what their myths are, what their legends, their cultures. It's not just a, here's the big important church, here's the nobles, let's all fight.
Professor, I have a new mission for your students.
Of course you do.
We have received reports that Lord Lonato has rallied troops against the Holy Church of Ceros.
Darn that Lord Lonato. Yep, who's Lord Lonato?
Lord Lonato is a minor lord of the kingdom. He's been showing hostility toward the church for some time now.
So it means Dimitri's people, or...
A vanguard unit from the Knights of Ceros is already on its way to his stronghold, Castle Gaspar. Lord Lonato's army is nothing compared to the Knights. It is quite possible the rebellion has already been suppressed.
Why do you need me?
Even so, I would like for your class to travel with the Knights' rear guard to deal with the aftermath.
War zones are unpredictable. We do not expect you will have cause to battle, but be prepared for the worst.
Don't worry, nothing bad will happen. Something bad's gonna happen.
Excuse me. You sent for me, Lady Rhea?
This is Catherine. She will be leading the Knights whom you will be accompanying.
Nice to meet you. We've heard a lot about you. If you need anything, just ask.
She is one of our bravest knights, and that is no small feat. Only an exceptional few have what it takes to join the Knights of Ceros. This mission should prove useful in demonstrating to the students how foolish it would be to ever turn their blades on the church.
And with that, we know she's a villain. The moment church officials are saying how you need to know and teach people how foolish it is to fight us. Oh, okay. We want to visit Dorothea.
Well, I had fun today. Of course, you want to see me again, yes?
Of course. I'd love to, Dorothea.
Well, until we meet again. Oh, hello, Professor. Were you watching that?
Alright, so she's a little bit of a dater. That's... I mean, I guess in medieval times that's bad, but I don't see if that's a real issue.
Yes. Is there a problem with that? Look, I know what I'm doing. My claim as a diva won't last forever, after all. I must look to the future. You might think about doing the same thing. Your beauty and...
Oh, that's so sad.
Won't last
So
forever.
she's saying she's dating obsessively to find a rich guy to take care of her because she'll be ugly eventually. That's whole. That's not great. I'm gonna say getting older is a
I wish
bother.
I could be that easygoing.
Of course, it's easy for me to say. I'm already close to 40
Anyway, I'm not
you
just
just deal with
playing
it.
games with these boys. This is for my future. You have no right to object. I very much want to find a good partner.
Did
here
I
at the
object,
Academy.
or did I just
Someone
say
who will
it's
take care
not
of me
that
for
big
the
a
rest
deal?
of my life.
I'll go with that. Really, what you want?
Finding someone
you
to
really,
take care
really
of me? Of course it is. Who could ask for anything more?
Take care of
Anyway,
yourself.
I value your opinion, Professor, but I won't have you interfering with my life plans. Unless you'd like to take care of me into my old age. That'd be something, eh? How about it, Professor?
You know what? Sure, let's flirt back and see how she responds. See if that makes her back off.
I wasn't... You aren't being serious, are you? I was just teasing. Or did you really just consider spending your whole life with
Well, no,
me?
I barely know you, so
The thought hadn't crossed my mind
I took it
before,
as a joke.
but come to think of it, that might sound pretty nice. You've gotten awfully quiet. You might even be blushing a bit. Have I embarrassed you? If so, I'm very, very sorry. I should be going anyway. I'll see you later, Professor.
I have support. For now. Petra wants to speak with me. Hi, Petra.
Professor, I am not understanding where the meaning is here. When and how is this expression used? I fell for it.
Well... Why are these my options? I fell in love. Was a
No,
warm
that is what you say when you meet the mate of your soul. The expression is...
I don't know if I like
fell
that. The
for
mate
it.
of your soul. I
Thank
have
you,
found the
Professor.
mate of my soul.
I finally have understanding.
They are quite pleasing to
Can
my
I ask
emotions.
you about another word? The one that is written here. Is something on my face?
What did she ask? Let's be a jerk.
Yes, I know about
Oh,
that.
she likes that. Okay.
That is a joke of Fodlan, right? Who's that?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut off that word. Is that really what you were thinking? Or maybe you have a curiosity about my mark on my face? Sure, let's find out about
You
this.
are already knowing that I am from Brigid. This is a mark from Brigid. It is a prayer to the forest spirits. A prayer to be protected.
So it's your armor.
Hunters ask the forest spirits to have safe and bountiful hunting. There are many spirits in Brigid. I have more marks on my arms and back. They are prayers for my family's health and triumph. Are you wanting to see them?
Dodo? There's a dodo in this? I thought they were extinct. Yeah, sure, we'll see the marks.
That gives me happiness. I will be showing them to you soon. I have much gratitude for you, Professor. You always listen with patience. I can
Or are
read
you making a
and
joke on the
understand
men are
the
from
language
Mars,
of
women are
Fodlan,
from Venus?
but to speak it gives me difficulty. I hope I will keep having your support, and I will give you my support too, with my whole heart. I have things that I cannot fail to accomplish.
You know, they're both women, and I think they're the same age, so I can give a little bit of a break to that, but yeah, a little weird.
Yes, we will keep walking forward.
Forward we will walk. I realize I'm looking at the chat when I gesture, which is weird, because then the camera thinks I'm looking off to the right. Kitsune and Petra's support level is now C, and their motivation's increased.
No matter how powerful our enemies may be, there's no need to worry so long as we're with Catherine, the mighty wielder of Thunderbrand.
That's the way to have confidence in your own skills.
You mean you don't know? My weapon is called Thunderbrand. It's one of the hero's relics. A long, long time ago, the goddess bestowed divine weapons upon 10 heroes, which were passed down to their descendants. It's an honor to wield, but I'm afraid there won't be any chance for that today. Our mission is to help clean up the aftermath, not to fight.
One must wonder why Lord Lonato would incite such a reckless rebellion.
One
It all
must.
goes back to the tragedy of Duscar.
The tragedy of who now?
Roughly 4 years ago, the King of Fargus was murdered by the people of Duscar. I believe that about sums it up, correct?
To put it simply, yes. But there's more to that story. They had accomplices within the kingdom as well. Lord Lonato's son, Kristoff, was one of them, and so he was handed over to the church for execution.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, you think the blade should hook away from the tip of the sword so she can actually catch stuff with it? The way it is now, it's just basically a weird pitchfork that can catch blades. Yeah, it feels pretty
King
obvious
Lambert
the church
was attempting a
would
major political reform.
deal with
Needless to
criminals.
say, he had many enemies. Whatever the truth behind that incident may be, Lord Lonato has harbored resentment toward the church ever
I
since.
mean, you killed his kid.
Well, to be more specific, his grudge isn't only against the church. It's also against the one who turned Kristoff over to them.
Report! The enemy is
let me
approaching.
guess, that
They
was
can't be
her,
avoided.
so we can have this little
Their
revenge plot
numbers are
going
far
on.
greater than we predicted. They used the fog to slip past the Knight's perimeter.
It looks like our mission just changed, Professor.
We're
Everyone,
here
prepare for battle!
to clean up the battle. I'll protect the students. Charge! Let's go for it.
With this fog, it's impossible to tell where the enemy might be, or how many of them there are. The enemy could be trying to surround us, but they shouldn't have enough soldiers to form a tight circle. Take down anyone who breaks through the fog, and let's push through!
That smell. It's fresh blood. It seems the battle has already started within the fog.
I'm glad you can smell blood.
Proceed with caution. Wait for them to enter your field of view.
But I have a feeling you're gonna run right out of...
You think we're just gonna do nothing while you try to kill our lord?
I don't know that I think you're gonna do nothing, but... Oh, there's a bad guy.
I won't let you anywhere near Lord Lonato.
Of course you won't. Please don't be... Okay, good. Darn play, Doctor. She's not a sad muffin, she's a scared muffin. Completely different. Okay, let's get rid of that guy. You will not be beating up our random NPCs. Oh, cool! The fog is lifted. Apparently that mage was the one doing it. Okay, so the magic knick-knacky sword has a weird thing in the hilt. There you go. You're seeing someone stabbed by the crazy cactus sword. Apparently, it just goes through their armor entirely, like it does not, like it's not there.
It's you. Thunderstrike Cassandra. It was your wretched zealotry that killed my son.
The only name I answer to is Catherine. Prepare to taste the blade of one who serves the goddess. Now
Wait,
you
did he call her
face the Knight
Cassandra?
of Zeros!
So I guess she has two names, or a different name?
The fog is cleared. There's nothing left to hide you or the filthy central
We aren't using the fog to hide. You were.
You have been deceived by that witch. I will show you the truth.
Except she's not the one who brought me here. I kind of came. And she came along after me. So I don't think that's how it works.
You. I will be the one to kill you. No other.
You have lost all sense of justice.
CIOC is triumphant.
You wanna
I will be
fight
the one to
me?
defeat you, and
So
if they're the
be
bad
it.
guy, I always
I'll
want some
send you
little
to
random
meet your
peon to
goddess.
stab them. Be like the end of Angel. If you've seen Angel, there's a character that started off as a villain that joined up the good guys team at the end. And they finish up the fight they're in, and one of the other dudes turns around and just shoots the guy, because he's like, nope, you're evil, and we know you're evil. And he's like, but I don't die to you, you're the flunky! It just seems poetic to do it that way. Guy comes in and just kills him. And there you go! You didn't have to fight Catherine at all.
Vile woman. Kristoff, forgive me.
Yay, level 9.
I never thought I'd see Lonato meet this fate.
I didn't either.
Well done, everyone.
Hopefully I can do some
Yeah,
grinding
it was
off screen a little
also
bit for you.
pointless. I've never seen so many people utterly heartbroken.
And then we'll call it
Forcing
good for the
innocent
night.
citizens to risk their lives? That man was not a noble, but a monster.
What could have pushed Lord Lonato to this point?
Does he really make the peasants risk their life, or do they follow him because they believe
shaken
him?
by the militia fighting alongside our enemies.
Yeah, that's kind of what battles are.
If only everyone could face reality so unflinchingly. The commoners who allied themselves with Lord Lenato believed they were fighting for a just cause. It would be disrespectful to consider them simply victims when they died for what they believed in. Still, we have no choice but to eliminate those who cling to unreasonable ideas of justice. Even if our enemies are the gods themselves, we must never lose sight of our goal.
And then we jump 2 or 3 tiers. We don't even know if there are gods. Why are we fighting them? Yeah, that's just...
Is it? Such a day may come, whether you expect it or not. You should be ready.
Well, I mean, metagame knowledge,
really,
it's a Fire Emblem game. Of course we're going to fight a god.
I, too, will be the sort of ruler who's willing to risk the lives of my citizens in service of a higher cause. It's not possible to change the world without sacrifice. Dying for the greater good is not a death in vain.
She is already on the edge of the deep end.
I'm afraid this incident is far more serious than anticipated. I found this on
Like, I picked her because the vote kind of went that way, and I don't mind there's people that are fun on this party.
We can't tell who sent it, so the
she
source is
does not
suspect,
strike me as a good guy.
but the content is too disturbing to ignore. We must report this to Lady Rhea.
Assassination
right
note
away.
pinned to the Lord's body.
That's
That's not
nothing.
obvious.
I am glad to see that you have returned safely. The goddess is gracious with her divine protection.
Goddess, my
but
sword.
it was not only her divine protection that shielded you, was it? You are just as skilled
Pretty
as
much
I
my
had
sword.
hoped.
And my shield and my students. Students have get praise.
I am not so sure.
I am.
However,
Oops, sorry.
we must punish any sinner who may inflict harm upon believers,
But I
even
miss
if
on there.
those sinners are civilians.
Oh, some of the students didn't want to fight. Yeah, that doesn't make them not good at it.
I pray the students learned a valuable lesson about the fate that awaits all who are foolish enough to point their blades towards the heavens.
Alright, so Lady Rhea is insane because anyone who fights the church has to die, and Edelgard is insane because we will fight the gods and I will sacrifice my people to get that. Is there an option for me to just take over and say you're both nuts?
Our real concern is what Catherine reported.
Or we can have him be in charge. He seems
that was in
sane.
Lord Lenato's possession. It contained a deplorable plot to target the Archbishop on the day of the goddess's rite of rebirth.
Okay, assassination plot.
The plan seems unrealistic at best. But a threat is a threat. We must maintain constant vigilance. To that end, I would like for you and your students to help with security on the day of the ritual.
Makes sense. You know, I'd say won't that endanger the students, but these aren't like random kids in a military academy. These are lords who need to understand this stuff, or rare commoners that got their way in. It's something that should be expected of them. So
That is most reassuring. You have my gratitude.
The rite of rebirth is of paramount importance. It is when the Church of Seros and its believers unite to pray for the return of the goddess. The Archbishop and I will be confined to the Goddess Tower once the ritual begins.
okay.
Of course, the Knights will be on high alert as well. But there aren't enough of them to keep watch on every corner of the monastery.
I'm kind of curious how many knights there are.
It is far from ideal to be forced to mobilize students.
Like, are the Knights of
but the
Seros a
gravity of
full
this
military
situation
force
requires that we all
with
bend
a few
to avoid
standout
breaking.
leaders? Or are the Knights of Seros like an adventuring party and there's like, you know, maybe 10 or 12 of them that are really, really badass, but there are only that many of them?
While there is no need to fear for my safety, we cannot turn a blind
So
eye
far
to
we've
those
met
who would
Catherine,
blaspheme so heinously.
Eloise, and I guess Gerald counts now.
With any luck, this will all be for naught. Still, be on your guard.
I shall be on my guard. That's a nice touch. And we'll see how this goes next time on Pixel Plays Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Take it easy.